Hi everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet Clank, Up Your Arsenal. Without further ado, let's start a new game. As you can see, I have a small one right here that has 0 time. That is because it doesn't autosave whenever you first do it. So, let's get this empty slot.
My Blargian Snagglebeast devours your mutant swamp fly. Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see that one coming. Hey, what are you doing?
Check and mate.
What? That's cheating!
On the contrary, the rules clearly state that the Blargian Snagglebeast has an allergic reaction to swamp flies that last 2 turns. Ooh, it is on again.
Your luck is extraordinary, sir. But do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I would not know, Maximilian. I never lose.
There is a first time for everything. Agent Clank! You missed! So much for the famous secret agent.
Shocking. Bring the car around, Jeeves, and mind the ejector seat this time.
Stay tuned for more Secret Agent Clank.
I'd watch it.
That was terrific.
Yeah, great. Change the channel.
But the man said to stay tuned.
We continue our live coverage from Veldin. Just hours ago, the planet was attacked without warning by a terrifying alien race known as the Tyrannoids. Officials believe that an evil robotic supervillain known as Dr. Nefarious is the mastermind behind the Tyrannoid attack. As you can see, the Galactic Rangers are putting up a valiant fight, but they are no match for these tentacle-eyed terrors. Indeed, this backwater planet may be completely destroyed in a matter of hours. Darla Gratch, Channel 64 News.
We're going home.
But Veldin is in the Solana Galaxy. Oh no, not the gravimetric warp drive. The untested gravimetric warp drive? The one you built from Blargian scrap metal?
Coming?
We are doomed.
You were saying?
I stand corrected.
I just hope we're not too late.
Well, kiss goodbye to the Bogon Galaxy, and kiss goodbye to all those weapons I had in the last game. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll get some back, but welcome back to Planet Veldin. Been a while. That's a familiar sight. So, progress is saving. Pretty much this game auto-saves just like normal.
Greetings, Client 91802, and welcome back to the Solana Galaxy.
Yep. Welcome back to the Solana Galaxy. So, already going through a few things. Pretty much the control scheme for Ratchet & Clank has not changed much. There are a few differences, as you can see. For one, at the top of our screen, we don't have the little nuts and bolts looking icons for our nanotech. No, our nanotech is just replaced with a static number right there that will go up. EXP bar will fill up and we'll gain more nanotech. Still doing that screen nuke that we always know and love. Pretty much for that, nanotech will increase to a maximum of 100 in regular mode. In challenge mode, it will end up increasing all the way to 200, which is something I'm going to have to do. Obviously, that's in challenge mode only, though, but these are the Galactic Rangers.
These must be the Galactic Rangers.
Hey, look! It's a new sergeant!
Huh?
Hey, Sarge, you can have my gun. There's too many of them! We're all gonna die!
Press circle to fire your shock blaster.
Yep, circle button is used to firing our weapons. Square button is used for our wrench gun. As you can see, we have the Omni Wrench 8000 now. There are no wrench upgrades in this game, unfortunately, so we're stuck with this one wrench. I kind of wish that there would be more wrench upgrades again, but I guess I can't really complain too much. So the Galactic Rangers show up. Who are they voiced by? Pretty much everyone in Ratchet Clank 3, besides a few voice actors, are all returning from the first Ratchet Clank game, with 1 to 2 returning from the second one. There are only, I believe, 3 new voice actors that are going to be in this, so I'm only going to do the ones for them. The Galactic Rangers are pretty much voiced by combination of the 2 ones that we're going to be hearing the most are going to be both voiced by Michael Bell. Michael Bell voicing quite a few characters in this game and quite a few in the last game, so just remember that. Right, die Tyrannoids, die. And anyway, you can notice in the top corner right there, we have a little 3. That's right there, we have 3 slots. If you hold the triangle button, we have our weapon wheel, and something that was added into Ratchet Clank 2, if you hit the R1 button, you will switch into a different weapon wheel. They added in multiple weapon wheels for you in this game, as well as still the ability to pause while you're doing that. I believe if you go into the options, you go into controls, you can change off the quick select pause right here if you so wish. I'm actually going to increase the rotation speed a bit because I function better with it a lot higher. And pretty much one other instance is we can actually quick rotate between weapons. We only have 1 weapon right now. I will show what I mean by that because we're about to get another weapon right now after I kill all these Tyrannoids. Or do the Galactic Rangers' job for them.
Am I glad to see you, Sarge? We're pinned down by that enemy vehicle. Somebody's gotta take it out.
Let me guess. That somebody is me.
We got a volunteer. Here, Sarge, take this. We'll cover you. From back there.
I love the Galactic Rangers. They are pretty much played for being entirely incompetent in this story and entirely incompetent in general. And they do a goddamn good job at that. Alright, so we have our new gravity bomb weapon, which is different from the nuke weapon, but still does the same thing. Blows shit up. But now that we have 2 weapons, if you hit the triangle button once, you will quick switch between your last 3 weapons. In Ratchet Clank 2, it was only 2 weapons that you can quick switch through. Now that you can do it with 3, I find that it makes life a lot easier, believe me. Right? Just kill all the Tyrannoids. And
Hold L1 to precisely target your weapon.
yep, L1 is still our zoom in function. Pretty much, there's not much else. This entire area right here is just like how Ratchet & Clank formula is in general. A one-time only area that we're going to be going to. Now, I'm not saying that we might not return to Veldin, but the thing is, we're not going to return to this spot ever. It's just one of those areas that's the beginning of the game. You're only going to come here one time, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, another thing you can do is if you hold the R1 button and hit the X button, you will end up doing a high jump, and if you're running and do that, you will do a long jump, still returning from the last game. We have the helipack equipped right now. If you go into gadgets, you can switch to the thruster pack if you wish. Thruster pack still is basically just cosmetic at this point. I'm probably going to be staying with the helipack at this point because helipack I think is more iconic. Right, and as you can notice, our weapons are actually able to upgrade now too because we have a little health bar behind there, so it looks like Gadgetron finally ended up upgrading to that nanotech stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a little video that explains the whole reason why you get EXP increases, which I loved in Ratchet & Clank 2. I loved that little video. But you can notice that there is a little V system that is right there. I'll get more into that once my weapons upgrade. I will get into that in the first area. I didn't go over controls on how to move, but I think it's pretty obvious how we move. We just move with, you know, the left analog stick, right analog stick is to move the camera around, like it should do. Don't try to deviate unless you are an Apescape game. I will not allow you to deviate otherwise. And killing this enemy should give us a nanotech increase.
Your maximum nanotech level has increased.
Yep. So it increases by 1 every time, and that's basically how it is. It's gotten more standardized RPG on it, which isn't bad to say the least. I mean, it's still kind of meh, but I don't mind the bar system really. And pretty much the static number symbol representing our health is going to be something that stays for the rest of the Ratchet & Clank series. Why make things more complicated than they need to, I guess. Tyrannoids over here, so kill them. Give me all of them bolts, because bolts return, obviously, as a currency. I'm pretty much, you might be wondering, why are you going through all this? You've done 3 Ratchet & Clank games by now. You never know if this might be somebody's first time watching Ratchet & Clank 3 or just a Ratchet & Clank game in general. Plus also, I think this is a really good one to start off with the Ratchet & Clank series because, I mean, you're a bit confused, but the mechanics are really here and they're really refined. Now, for the strafing button, actually, the L2 and R2 button are both designed for strafing still, so there is no problems there. And that's pretty much all the controls in general. So, one other thing, you can throw your wrench if you hold R1 and then press the square button. Sounded like the Galactic Rangers ended up teleporting, and does this area look familiar? That's right. This is where our ship was, and this is the area where we first were. This is Ratchet's house. Fucking Christ. And of course the Quark poster survives of all things. Come on.
What's the situation?
The Noids have fallen back to a base in F sector. We have orders to go in and take them out. F sector? No way. Game over, man. We're all gonna end up as scrap metal.
Get back in there, trooper. We've got a planet to save.
Sir, yes, sir.
I just love how they just unquestionably follow my leadership despite me just coming onto the planet, barking orders. They instantly recognize me as the sergeant. I don't know, maybe Ratchet ended up calling ahead and saying, I'm coming to help. And now for something that was promoted a lot inside this game for promotions. These skydiving sections, pretty much, just avoid the missiles that are there. The regular missiles that fly up, they can hit you if you fly right into them. If the missile has a red trail on it, that one is homed in on to you, so you will need to move around with the analog stick. You can end up activating the helipack at any time, but you can't go splatting on the ground, unfortunately, because it will automatically activate the helipack when you're close enough to the ground. I know, for any of you guys who wanted that little comedy, unfortunately, we don't get that. Yeah, they're coming out of the rubble. This is where Darla Gratch was. And these are the Tyrannoids that probably killed her. Oh, wait, she seems to be immune to death. Darla Gratch returns with her Sylvia Arimato voice actress. Pretty much, like I said, only a few voice actors are different. That's really it. Which makes my life a lot easier since I'm doing a main Ratchet & Clank video like I'm going to be doing for the Sonic the Hedgehog series, so... I did have one at one point, and I was going to release it, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I scrapped it, and I'm gonna do another one.
You can reverse the camera controls in the options menu.
No, I like my inverted camera, thank you, and level up!
Your weapon has upgraded. Weapons upgrade automatically when they're used frequently.
The doors have opened. Look out!
Yep.
Hold circle to charge up the shock blaster for a more powerful attack.
Whee! Yep, so this is what happens whenever you upgrade. As you can notice, though, we can upgrade even more. That's right, in Ratchet & Clank 3, it was added in that weapons do not fully upgrade after one level up. There are 5 level ups total before the weapon will completely change. Over time, for each level, they will add on different modifications. So, the modifications that we bought with the Platinum Bolts in Ratchet & Clank Going Commando don't apply anymore because the weapons will naturally gain those. So what do the new Titanium Bolts that are in this game do for us? Pretty much they're just used to unlock alternate costumes, something that the Titanium Bolts, Gold Bolts, and any other kind of bolt, because I'm pretty sure they just continue with Titanium and Gold, end up just doing for the rest of the series. They're just used to unlock alternate costumes, nothing more, but they're still for the completion's sake, so I'm obviously going to be doing it. How many are in this game, by the way? There are a total of 40 yet again. There we go, that killed you. Now, I've been ignoring my bombs, but that's for a good reason, but we're already at the end of the tutorial area.
Sir, we have a transmission from the President!
How are things on the front lines, soldier? Is that Secret Agent Clank?
Greetings, sir. We are here to help.
Well, this is an honor, and I see you brought your chauffeur along.
What? No. Hold on a second, sir.
Agent Clank, we must stop Dr. Nefarious. As you may know, only one man has ever faced him and survived. I've just received a top-secret report on that man's whereabouts. Here, take a look.
One man has only done it? That's interesting.
On tonight's episode of Nature's Mysteries, we examine the Florana tree beast. Deep in the dense growth of Florana's Jambu forest lives a mysterious creature. Or maybe he doesn't. It's one of Nature's Mysteries.
I seen him run right through our camping site. He was buck naked, screaming and holding a banana. Or maybe it weren't a banana. It could be.
One of nature's mysteries. Legend tells that this mysterious creature is actually one of the greatest superheroes who ever lived. Shamed by his recent past, he is now one of nature's mysteries. Tune in and find out the answers.
We need you to find this man. The fate of the galaxy may depend on it.
Are you sure this is the guy you're looking for, Mr. President? Yeah, he seems like kind of a, wacko.
You may be right, but he's the best chance we've got. I know you boys won't let me down.
You can count on us, sir.
Well, I think we know where this is going. Oh boy. And returning yet again, my lovely loading screens! Sadly not returning are all the upgrades I got for my ship in Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. As I mentioned before in the Going Commando LP, ship battles are no longer a thing, and that made me really sad. But, welcome to Florana. Florana is the first official world that we will be able to explore, which contains 1 skill point, 2 titanium bolts, and 1 of the trophy collectibles that is in this game. Now, I said that there were only a few voice actors that were inside of Ratchet & Clank not Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. 2 of the voice actors were actually in that cutscene. One of them was that camper that was there. That camper who was interviewed for Nature's Mysteries is actually one of the unique voice actors for this game, and that is Fred Tatasciore. And God, has he done a lot of games, including actually the new Smash Brothers that is coming out this year as Magnus's voice. So that was actually an interesting surprise that I got for that one. And I could actually find a picture of him for once as well. That's an amazing thing that, you rarely end up seeing. The other one for the new voice actors is the President's voice, and that is by I don't know if I'm going to say this right, because it's Lindsay, which is spelled Lindsay. Schnelby. That is the other voice actor who is unique to this game, and actually, video game-wise, this is really the only video game I've ever found that he's actually done, which is interesting to say the least. I mean, it makes my life easier. Now, if I could find a picture of him, I might have found one by the time this goes up for, editing, but otherwise than that, I can't really think of much else. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. I think next time we're going to go and try and find this Florana tree beast. See you guys then.